Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, right here on YouTube, Twitch, and wherever you get your podcast audio. Ladies and gentlemen, I think there is absolutely no other way to start off this hard-to-kill review other than this. Hardcore Country! There we go. That's it. We've got Alicia, we got Uncle Mark, and from across the pond, feeling somewhat better. He's here. That's a good thing, folks. We've got Simply Steve from representing TNI UK.
Ew.
So let's go around the horn, and we might get an on the road guest here. Soon. Maybe. We'll see. We'll cross our fingers for that one. Let's go around the horn real quick and let's just give our general opinions of the pay-per-view tonight before we dive into this, shall we? Let's start with Alicia.
It was pretty epic, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'll echo that. This was a damn near perfect show. Possibly the best Anthem era pay-per-view. It's up there for sure.
What a way to start the year off, huh?
Big time.
Yeah. Oh, and before we continue, I want to say thank you for the super sticker that snuck up on me. I just noticed.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian Field, with the super sticker. Much love, brother.
Brian's probably at the Hemi show tonight.
Could be. Well, we know someone else's too. Someone who's
Sammy Callahan.
Yes. Man, tonight Sammy should have been there. Damn it. We'll get to that later.
It would have been
nice.
Trent would be joining us tonight, but he's at a Hemi gig. So, but he was representing. He was wearing his hard to kill shirt. So, whoa, Coach Keith with the soup.
Oops, sorry, that's my bad.
Whoa.
Sorry,
my God.
Someone's coming in.
Hands off.
Wow, guys.
It's a super sticker train. We got Coach Keith with the super sticker, and we got Justin Miller with a $9.99.
So generous.
Wow.
Love you guys.
Much
TNI
love.
fan for life, baby.
Much love. Hell yeah. Amazing show tonight. Mark, what do you think, man?
Oh, I already said. Let's go to Steve. Steve, what did you think?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to multitask.
No worries, I'm throwing it
off.
I haven't been here in a while, so I'm like all over the fucking place. So any shit that happens tonight that's fucked up, blame me.
Not responsible.
No, totally responsible.
Right?
You guys
Steve,
get a free pass.
What'd you think, man?
Yeah, no, I think Mark summed it up pretty damn well. Top to bottom, fantastic card on paper, and it delivered. And I would go as far as to say it knocked all four of last year's pay-per-views out of the water.
Oh, yeah? Wow.
It was strong. It was a really strong show. Like I said, I think it could be my favorite of the Anthem era. In a few years, ask me again. Give it some time, but it's a strong contender.
Bell's boy. My goodness.
Bell's boy.
My goodness. Wow, I feel like I'm going to have to take my top off soon or something. Jeez.
I got you.
Mark, you haven't been here in a while. It's your turn. No, I'm just kidding.
I got it. If you want to see these, you'll show up in the Discord.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Look at TNI fam, Ronin Blue, my drawing brother from another mother. I actually tagged you on Twitter earlier, but Twitter nuked my account and perma-banned me, saying that I'm in evading bans and I'm permanently suspended, so I'm not on Twitter anymore.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Courtney, love you, Courtney. Courtney with the $10 super sticker. Terrence Sullivan, my brother Terrence. It was a bang-o-rama. Best pay-per-view of Anthem era.
And Jordynne
Merritt with the super sticker. Dude. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. We love you guys. You guys are the fucking best.
I don't care. We'll get to the review, folks. Trust me. We'll get to
eventually.
But I just want to say that I don't care what anyone says. We have the best damn audience.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Well, it's TNI fam is that tag stuck for a reason. It really is a family. this. I miss you guys. You know, I haven't been on very much at all. I'm in the Discord every day, all the time. Now I'm nuked from Twitter, but man, I miss this. You know, it's good to see you guys.
This place rules.
Hell yeah, that sounds good. Fuck hell, Sabin, baby.
I'll say it loud and proud
What a
from the
match.
mountaintops.
Can you hear that? No? Well, let me turn it up for you.
It's amazing.
Steve's been thank you, Steve. Steve's been busy again, putting in a few new bits there for us.
Your hashtag is free Mark World Order.
Yeah, I'll pop another one up for later on as well. Hang on.
There you go. All right, so hell of a show tonight. Shall we dive into this, folks?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
lots to cover.
Yeah,
Let's dive into this. Hard to Kill 2022. The pre-show. Now we got a nice little surprise first match, but before I get into that, can I get everyone's opinion?
Wait, hold on. We got a super sticker from Brother Swag Fan.
Oh, Swag Fan.
Thank you, Swag
Wow.
Fan.
Thank you, Swag Fan.
You guys must be in a good mood.
Dude, the high of Hard to Kill has got them like.
That's
Right? How can you
Very
not
cool,
be
guys.
after a show like that?
That was spectacular.
So D'Lo Brown has a new sidekick on a
Yes.
Matt Stryker, and we talked a little bit about this already on a few different podcasts. But so Matt Stryker's no longer there. We now have, and I'm sorry, to me he'll always be Tom Phillips. But let me read my notes here. It's Tom Hannafin. Did I pronounce
Hiddleston?
that
No.
right?
Hannafan. That's what I was saying.
It's
What is it?
Tom. It's
Hannafan. Hannafan.
Is that like Matthew Ryan Raywold? Am I gonna never remember this guy?
Yeah.
You know,
We'll just say
already
Tom. We'll just
Tommy
say
boy.
Tom Phillips.
There we go.
We'll just
There you
call him
go.
Tom Phillips.
Hannah fan. Whatever his name is, I'm sold as fuck on this guy already.
He did a really good job, didn't he?
Fantastic. He's really good. I never heard him before. He's really good.
Where is he from?
WWE.
He's
Oh.
spent several years.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did he go by?
He was Tom Phillips.
Tom Phillips over there, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on SmackDown. He did all sorts of different WWE shows throughout the years.
Okay.
I always felt like he was supposed to be the next what's his name? Cole?
Michael Cole?
Michael Cole. I always felt like he was supposed to be like the next Michael Cole. I felt like they were always grooming him for that.
Okay. Ooh.
And well, I mean in a good way. You know what I mean?
No, whoa.
I was
I know
worried
you
about
gotta
him.
be careful with that term. I know.
Well, when they announced him, I didn't know who he was, obviously, because I don't watch that product. And so I hadn't heard of him. And Courtney in the chat was saying how great he was. And I was like, man, he's probably going to have that WWE style that we all can't stand because it's so rigid and shitty. But he didn't.
No.
He free flowed. He seemed like he.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, as he spoke, he does have that little bit of striker about him, and I don't know if you guys remember, but like years ago when they were sort of changing over the garb from sort of Don West and Mike Tenay, that Todd Kennelly who came in, he reminded me a lot of him.
Yeah,
He wasn't around then.
He was.
Boom from Anna, super sticker. And this is not Deja Vu. This is not the Matrix. There are two super stickers.
There's two of them.
There are. Thank you, Anna. Love you.
I don't know if that was on purpose or accidental, but thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Two.
Sorry to interrupt you, Steve. I like to get them when they come in, right away. So
you don't forget, but that's fine. But no, like we'll see how things are in like 6 months or whatever. But yeah, first impressions, they're off to a hell of a start, and they had good chemistry too.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I haven't watched the WWE product in so long. I had totally forgotten like how good he was. I was so shocked at how good he was listening to him, I always felt like I shouldn't say always, wrong word. I felt like the way he sounded tonight sounded like he was like he's always been there. That's how good he sounded to me.
Oh yeah.
Like he's been there for years talking about these guys.
He sounded well familiarized with everybody, and I feel like as a commentator, like it's important that even if you don't really know who they are, like you should know who they are. Like, and so I feel like he did a fantastic job. I can't stress it enough.
Shout out to Punk Tracy for the super sticker, and a personal shout out, brother, for a sweet ass signed 8x10 from Santana Garrett that Punk No Tracy sent me. So
there you go.
Tremendous. Thank you, Punk. Thank you, Eric. Yeah. So I mean, he was smooth all night. I didn't listen I didn't hear any hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he sounded great. He and especially even when Ian got in there, they all played off each other comfortably. They didn't run over each other. Then again, I mean, I was watching the match a little bit more than I was listening, but there was a few times I was really trying to pay attention to commentary to see how this was going to go.
It flowed really well.
At times I wondered if someone was getting left out, but the fact that I didn't realize no one was getting left out because they were all merging so well together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of the three-man booth. If you can find the right chemistry, the three-man booth could be absolute magic. They had a really nice thing going on for a match tonight, for sure.
Agreed.
It was, and it didn't get overdone. It was just right. I mean, I think more people honestly were paying attention to the amazing match that they were announcing. Nonetheless.
Well, but it's our job as professional podcasters to really pay attention to all aspects of the show so that we can properly and accurately review it and give everyone our professional podcast opinions.
Right.
Professional. Wink.
Completely professional. So yeah, gold star for Tom, the former Tom Phillips, the artist formerly known as Tom Phillips. How about that?
There you go.
There you go.
That even makes him sound
mysterious.
Right. Sassy.
The man called Tom.
Right. Just did great.
Is it unprofessional if I refer to him as the guy who replaced Matt Stryker like forever? That's bad form, right?
Bad form.
I liked Matt Stryker.
Yeah, it was unexpected.
I love Matt Stryker, but now hearing Tom Phillips, I totally understand what they were looking for. And I'm going to, I know I always say this a billion times, never assume, but I'm going to assume what we heard tonight is what they were really looking for with Matt Stryker.
Yeah.
Because it was as good, if not way better.
It was the best the booth has sounded in as long as I could remember. Actually, it sounded really good. That
it did.
The Ring of Honor Championship match in particular with all three was fantastic in terms of commentary. That's the stuff we want to hear. I don't know if there's room in the budget or if the availability is there, but if you could bring in Ian a full time, that would just be such a coup, I think. Right.
There you go. All right, so let's dive into this. So first we got a surprise. So we as fans, I think we were scratching our heads over the last 24 hours a little bit because they announced that Jake something was out of the four-way from the pre-show, replaced with Mike Bailey, Speedball Mike Bailey, if you will. And just the way that the days were leading into the weekend and other announcements that happened, like Inspiration got, they ran into people that, had paninis for lunch. And so they couldn't be there.
Yeah.
And So I think a lot of us just thought, well, okay, maybe that's what it was, And
the Panini's made everything so unpredictable now. It's amazing that Impact can continue to be consistent with how good these shows are, considering all the bullshit curveballs that get thrown to every company operating in any kind of event space right now.
Yeah.
Talk about knowing how to handle the pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I'm sure it doesn't hurt and I don't mean this in a celebrating kind of way at all, but all the ROH talent is available. So there were a lot of people to reach out to, to say, hey, we have a story built in and to kind of make it happen quickly. I don't know how much of that was on the table, but just all the curveballs that were thrown, they still produced a 10 out of 10 show. Like, much respect for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, here, Anna says, lots of paninis at my work.
Yeah, paninis all over the place here, too. That's why I had tickets for Hard to Kill, but I decided not to go.
Right.
There's, ridiculous
I don't blame you, dude. It's scary out there.
It sucks, man. I mean, I wish I'd been there. It was a great show, but, I had fun as fuck watching it with the patrons in the treehouse. So, that was a good time, too. Good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of Jake Something being in the 4-way, being replaced by Speedball Mike Bailey, we got Jake Something in the first match of the night on the pre-show against Madman Fulton. That was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Definitely.
I loved it. I love both those guys.
Dude, just a hoss fight, two big guys slap and beat. Totally.
Yeah.
We got it in early.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, that was
But,
go ahead, Alicia.
oh no, I was gonna go ahead, Mark. I can wait, I'll remember. No, I was just gonna say that it was nice to actually see Fulton do his thing without Ace. I feel like it's been forever, and I feel like we always kind of drag on that, is that we'd like to see Fulton pursue more solo aspects of his time with Impact. So that's basically all I wanted to say.
And he looked fantastic in this match.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. Like, Alicia, I know you and I are both big Fulton fans, and I'm 100% with you. Like, I was thrilled to see Fulton out there for a match, even if it was the opening on the pre-show. Like,
it's getting him out there, man.
He's shown, at the beginning, I understood why they didn't push him 2 years ago, because he wasn't ready, but he's shown so much growth. You guys are right, Steve, you're right. He looked great in this match. It's cool to see Jake Something. I love this match, if that's what we got instead of the KOs. Obviously, I'd rather have the KOs tag title match because it's a championship match, but this was a nice addition.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
I mean, I personally wanted Caleb with a K versus Jay with an I, to kind of replace it.
Yeah.
I really kind of thought we were going to get that, but we weren't that lucky. So,
yeah. That would have been a fun match.
Those two could
Which one's Jay?
Yeah, right.
I like both those guys. Jay really took advantage of his television opportunity at the tapings in Vegas, I thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm still laughing about that segment from Thursday night.
Oh, same.
I was dying during that segment.
He was a standout for sure.
Drink it in. I'm not even thirsty.
Love.
You could definitely tell that
on the couch kicking at each other.
On
the same couch.
It was adorable.
It was so good. All 6 of them, or 8 of them, however many of them there are, 6 of them, were really good.
A squad
pairing. Yeah, good pairing together.
They all bounce off of each other so naturally. I love it.
Yeah.
Gia had to be careful not to get mixed up in that one.
Poor Gia.
Yeah, Gia was kind of getting put through the ringer tonight. Tonight was a rough night backstage. Just lots of activity.
Lots of chaos.
Yeah.
New people running through there.
Oh,
who's that? Who's that guy with the white face?
If I saw Vincent and didn't know who he was, and he was standing next to PCO, I'd probably shit myself.
Yeah, right.
Those 2 horror shows.
Yeah.
PCO, man.
Dude, PCO's a fucking maniac.
We'll get to that.
Yes, we will.
Next week, if I didn't say it, Jake Something for the win over Fulton. Anyone could have taken this one. It was a lot of fun. Fatal.
Hold on one sec, Jay. I just want to bring up this comment just real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Tom Phillips acknowledging Madman Fulton when he was Insanity and NXT was amazing. There was a lot of that from Tom. What's his name? All night, dude. This guy is I mean, I don't want to say he's like Tanae, but like in terms of like his lexicon, it seems like he's very well read or a historian of the business because he just studied hard. He had lots of knowledge,
and he's worked with half the roster. Think about it.
Yeah.
Well, not half, but you know what I mean.
Well, a lot of people who've come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I really, this guy won me over real quick with a couple of matches in. I was like, damn, this guy's pretty good.
He's got
MVP, man.
He's got like a little bit of every commentator that we've had throughout the years.
Rolled into one, yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, what's up, Mixed Partial Farts? Welcome to the chat.
What?
Mixed Partial Farts. Welcome.
Oh, there you go.
MPF. Somebody make that a t-shirt. All right. Anyways. So yeah, Jake something beats Fulton. Fatal 4-Way is next. I'm still staring at that. Never mind. We got Ace Austin versus Laredo Kid versus Chris Bay versus the debut. Ladies and gentlemen, Speedball Mike Bailey. Do we have a name for that finisher? That's the first thing I gotta ask.
The holy fuck, that looks like he broke Ace's back. Can we call it that?
Or neck?
I see why he wrestles barefoot.
Yeah, he's something else, man.
I thought he had boots on.
No, he had his toesies.
Yeah,
his toesies.
He's Kevin Von Erich out there.
Twinkle toes. Oh, that's amazing.
He's like a perfect blend of like sort of early 2000s low key and amazing weird.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's a great example. Thank you, Steve. That is good. Because I didn't know really what to expect. Like
Same.
I saw him on Twitter and I was like, oh, apparently I'm already following him. So I must have seen some match of his somewhere a handful of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever it was, I'm guessing it was probably something off a Flow Slammed Out I was watching back 2016, 2017, and then that would have been like the exact time period that he couldn't come into the country. Yeah, he couldn't come into the US, and then he had talks with the WWE, but they fell through, but he still had his visa. So then it was like, oh, yeah, he's like, I'm a free agent, so guess what? Snagged him up.
There you go. That's what you got to do these days.
Shout out to Default One. Always good to see you, Default One.
Default One. Oh, yeah, Default One. We haven't seen him in a while. Yeah. So yeah. And this was just an amazing X Division match.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was everybody represented. It felt old school. It felt like we were watching Styles versus Kazarian versus Christopher Daniels versus Sabin.
That old school.
I don't want to be sort of like mean, but I feel it was better. The change that took Jake out and put Speedball in.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Well, we got another good Jake match out of it.
That's exactly. Everybody shined tonight for sure.
Yeah, this was.
I got it. I totally got it.
You could have told me this match was the main event on any pay-per-view, and I would have believed you. But it was an opener.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, it was the main event. It was the main event of the pre-show.
And what a main event! I mean, we watched it in the Discord, just open for everyone, and that was maybe one of the busiest times we've had in the Discord watch along. I mean, this match was just, we knew everybody was going to get their stuff in, but the level of talent here in this ring, it combined ages, all probably under 90, like just nuts. These guys are all in their mid-20s. Like the X Division is thriving. I mean, it's as good as it's ever been right now. Like, we're watching the Asylum years, and we think of that as like the GOAT years with Kazarian and Sabin and Low Key and Jerry Lynn and Amazing Red. And damn, I'll put this X Division up against any X Division that's ever been around. And now you throw Speedball Bailey in, and dude, fuck me, this X Division's crazy right now.
Yeah. Especially
Times are
with the
wild.
finish of the match.
Yeah, and I was waiting to hear like more of a pop from the crowd, and that's the one thing that worried me a little bit partway through the show. It felt like the audience was not ready for him or something. Like it just took a while for the crowd to warm up a little.
Yeah.
Right? And straight from Texas, down yonder, you know him, we know him. Let's bring him in. No, the other guy not from Texas, but he's in Texas.
Yeah.
Mr. Front Row Bill, what is up, man?
What is up? Hard to Kill night.
Dude, what a show.
How fun was it, Bill?
It was good. It was good. I was definitely hearing, and I don't know how many people there have been to Impact, but just some regulars were there, some people that I've seen at shows before, but
Nice.
just from some people I didn't know, they're like, oh, that's the best show I've ever been to. So very good sign from
Nice.
wrestling fans.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude,
there are many of us who said that we think it could be the best pay-per-view of the Anthem era. It had everything.
All right, so yeah, Slammiversary.
It's in the conversation for sure.
2018, I guess. In
2020. But 2020 was a very unique thing during the Panini with all that talent. That was more about, it wasn't about the stories we had going. It was about who's going to show up and surprise us.
Yeah,
so that was kind of an out.
Expecting surprises, but you got some tonight too.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, a little bit.
Dude, and
I'll say.
Speaking of surprises, we were, at least I was seriously worried about you for a while,
Yes.
Bill. I thought I thought JONAH was going to take out our Front Row Bill there for a
It
minute.
looked like he was coming right for me. I think he was in my seat.
I think he was. I think he was in your seat, and I don't know if he broke it, but damn, I know the security guy was like, "Hey, come over here." Oh my god! So yeah, we were just
settle down, security guy.
Right. So I'll protect your Front Row, Bill.
I know where I need to be.
Right. He knows.
I lived through death matches. I can live through that.
Yeah, right.
So Bill, I was at Hard to Kill, and so were you 2 years ago when it was in the same location at the factory in Dallas. And I loved the venue. This time on TV, I can tell you that it looked much brighter and better, which made the building look bigger.
Yeah,
it wasn't
the usual. It like I know right before it, I know what I think Caleb put the first photo of the stage setup, and everyone's like, "Oh, same stage setup, blah 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 blah," but it's different. And the lighting, it was a totally different rig.
It was a whole new trellis and rig, yeah.
So I'm sure it looked great in person, and I think I'm sure that
it looked
carried
fantastic.
over because a lot of that's the key, a key like that.
But
production.
So good. Okay, so good with the bad on the TV side, the production. We had a lot of audio issues. We did have the feed drop a couple times, and there was some really bad camera positioning in the first match, which they corrected by the second match of the pre-show.
Okay, so that's like Josh in the back or something, or Josh asked Dave Sahadi going, "Oh, fix this." Someone do that.
My question is,
honestly, I didn't know, but I did see. I could tell, like it was new camera people.
That's
like,
what I was just about to ask you.
They're local to the area. And I could even tell, I'm like, I could tell some of the one guy, as we got later in the show, he's getting real creative with some angles opposite my side, like getting low. So I imagine he was getting some good angles doing it that way. But then on the other side, I'm like, I don't know.
I tell you what, the angles he was getting were really awkward for wrestling. I think we're very used to seeing wrestling from certain angles. So there were times where it was questionable, but that might be a preference thing. But again,
like I hate when a lot of companies do this, when they zoom in on like impact moves. To like, oh, someone's going to kick somebody in the corner. Zoom in, whatever you kick. I hate it.
And you don't see what happens.
But that's becoming commonplace. Impact doesn't really do it, and I like that. But the big companies, the big two, they do that. They give you like that video impact. But I'm not a huge fan of that. So it's all preference.
Yeah,
cool.
But I'll look back at some of the highlights and see what the angles look like, because I was wondering the same thing. And with a new camera crew, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll find the camera angles were an issue. You'll see the production blunders because they're pretty obvious. But I think you'll also notice how good it looks and sounds compared to 2 years ago. Sound was better.
That's the key. The sound that's been a pet peeve of mine and a lot of other people's. Like when Vegas always was like, "Oh, everyone's silent." It was the miking of the crowd, and they corrected that. We saw that in Skyway, which is a studio. When they went back to Vegas, it sounded much better because they have a lot of what they're bringing Skyway on the road with them. Here, I don't know all the details. It was like I said, it was a different setup. So they may have brought some of Skyway, but they just may have used better equipment in Texas.
Yeah,
everything's bigger in Texas.
That's what they say, J-Bo.
I mean, hey,
if
I'm not a living lesson on that. Wait, what are we talking about?
Oh,
wait, I hate it here. Never mind.
Courtney, this is kind of funny. I'm giggling at this. Courtney earlier in the chat was asking Bill, hey, there's Joe, was asking Bill about your opinion on the former Tom Phillips. But you were live there, so you probably didn't hear him.
I did not hear. I heard him a little bit during the pre-show because that audio was going through in between segments, not during the match, obviously.
Right.
And I only have limited experience hearing him. Like I remember when he kind of got Michael Cole's job on Raw as the flagship. So he was like the announced play-by-play guy for a period during the 3-man booth area, I think with Corey Graves and whoever it was back then.
Right. And then he switched over to SmackDown with Samoa Joe.
So he had, I heard a little bit of him then. It wasn't like I'll never say I was a regular watcher, but I would usually catch up before I went to like a live event here and there. So, but no, he seemed pretty good. Like you guys know, I'm more of I was a Josh fan. I like that style. He is in that mold. So I think I'll probably like him. And that's a guy that he was obviously groomed to be the guy up north.
Right.
So they thought a lot of him. Remember, Josh was a backstage guy. He really wasn't a natural play-by-play man. Impact made him one. This guy was groomed to be a play-by-play guy. So, and he's still He's still 32 or something like that. He's a young guy still. And he's a Penn State guy. So like Rick Abani, Allentown guy, I got to support my locals. So I'm interested. It's a name I know that was out there for a while, but it's almost like he left wrestling, like Morrow did. And so I was like, I didn't know if he was interested in coming back. So I don't think I ever even thought of him as a possibility. It seemed like he was just out, but hey, I'll take it.
He, I think, if I can speak for everyone, he just flowed right alongside of D'Lo tonight. It was great.
Yeah. It was like he's been there a million years.
Yeah, no, he's to be at the role he was in. I would expect nothing less, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
He's fantastic, fantastic. I'd never heard of him, but he's really
he did a great job first night. Like no hiccups, not like and what's this guy's name and what does he do and
again. Sorry, I was going to say.
It's okay.
So I was just going to say he did his research. Like you can tell, either he knows he's just a student of the game, or he did his research, or both. But he had an analogy or a quip or a story for everything.
Yeah, he didn't have to lean on D'Lo at any point.
Yeah. And if he did, we don't know because it just sounded great. Yeah. So. Yeah, we were just getting done talking about the pre-show, Bill. Any thoughts on the pre-show?
Well, I think I've said it before. I've been a big Speedball Mike Bailey fan for years. When I still remember the day I saw him in CZW years ago, and I just was texting a friend of mine. I'm like, star. When I saw Mike Bailey, it was Mike Bailey and AR Fox, and I was like, these guys are awesome. Sign them Impact. And it took a long time due to visa issues and all that. But seeing Mike Bailey in the ring was great. Surprised he went over Ace. Maybe that's a feud Like it seemed like Laredo or someone probably was going to eat that pin, but when it was Ace, I'm like, ooh, interesting. Let's see where we're going here.
It is.
There you go. Nice to hear. And then in the other match, good to see Jake get a win. Madman very over with that crowd. They could easily turn Madman face. The crowd, and he was doing like the multiple choke slams, playing into that. That was
crowd.
You knew it was not cost him eventually.
The crowd was so hot for that.
Totally.
You got to remember that
all night.
Yeah, I get called the big man mark at times, and like people want to see big dudes like whoop ass, no matter what, who you are. That's what wrestling is. Like you want to see a giant beat up a guy. So that's what you got. So I enjoyed that. There was, and this surprised me because like as I'm walking in and I used like the app for access, and it kind of like it changed my ticket around. So luckily I had like record of my other ticket, but I was like looking around for my seat. But there was actually a match even before the 2 pre-show matches.
Oh,
wow. Oh, what was that?
I don't know if that's on TV, so I'll hold off on saying anything about it.
Maybe it's for Explosion.
It could be for something like that.
Digital media, something like that.
But featured some wrestlers that you'll see later. But interesting. But yes, they were filling that in.
What? Like new?
No.
Like new. Oh, okay.
Existing roster members.
Okay.
That were not on the card somewhere else.
Gotcha.
Okay.
What it happened to be Kimberly and Brandy?
Yeah. I cannot confirm or deny seeing Kimberly.
Okay. Well, she at least said that she was still signed. I don't know if Brandy Loren replied to the news yet.
Okay. And well, I mean, she hasn't been around. Whoever put that out there, sticking to that story, they're saying it's true, right? But we'll see.
Yeah.
I get it either way because like you want to be the one to break that with stuff like that. So I understand not wanting the dirt sheets to put it out before maybe you have an opportunity to say something. But
yeah,
we know they were written off for now for some reason.
Yeah, in some way. Yeah, with the lightning and stuff. Yeah. But all right, let's get on to the main part of the card now. Alicia, I'm going to turn this over to you for a bit. Because you're our local knockout. I want your opinion of the knockouts, first ever knockouts, Ultimate X.
I will say that if anyone says that it was anything else less than spectacular, you're a bold-faced fucking liar. These women really brought it to town and showed us what women are capable of in the ring, and they show us again and again why Impact has the best women's division currently on television. Amen. Next.
Yeah. I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. Not currently, since the beginning of women's divisions. Period. There is a women's division that can.
There goes the dynamite.
I mean, and you guys know. Oh man, I wasn't gonna say this on the air, but I was fucking teary eyed at the end because you guys know I've been a Steelz guy for since the beginning. Man, I was. This match was insane.
Yes.
Lish getting put in it was wonderful. I love to see her get her moment always. This is Lish's kind of match. Even if she doesn't win, this is a moment for Lish. I felt like it was her night, just even being out there in the match. I mean, you had iconic Rosemary, who damn well should have been in this match for sure. Steelz was amazing. Jordynne, her power was absolutely incredible. Lady Frost, I'm a little bit worried she might die in the ring, but she's awesome as shit. These women, this match, it exceeded. I thought this was going to be a fucking killer match, and it was better than that.
Absolutely.
One opener.
Absolutely. Yeah, that backwards flip that Lady Frost did, she was 20 feet up?
Yeah.
I mean,
what did they?
Half the girls did moves like that.
Yeah.
Both Alicia and Chelsea Green, I think.
Yeah.
They were both on the same pole, opposite sides, and then jumped opposite directions onto different groups of the knockouts, and I was like, oh my god. Just,
all the women took some really big bumps in this, and I mean, we knew it was going to be spectacular, but I think it exceeded everyone's expectations. And who knows what's going to line up next for the women? We could see anything for them.
Yeah, I mean,
moonsault. Thank you. I always forget what they call that.
Wait, she's got a name for that move, though. What does she call it?
Temperature drop, is it?
Yeah, I think that's right.
That's cool. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, if you knew her work before, you would know that she was built for this kind of match.
Yeah.
Because she does stuff like this in her matches, so it's cool.
Yeah. She definitely showed glimpses of being a future breakout, sort of top of the card. Sort of
yes.
This match.
To me, I look at her as kind of like the Mike Bailey level signing of the women. I feel like Lady Frost is just a real steal of a signing.
Yes. She just really stands out, and she's got a well-developed character going on, and I think it was smart in acquiring her.
Absolutely. This women's division, I mean, again, we could gush. We could have a whole show just about the knockouts, but
surely
they main evented one of the big four tonight. They opened it with an Ultimate X. There's nothing the knockouts can't do that any other division in the world can do. It's the best division in the world. It's still the best division in the world. It's untouchable. If you're not watching the fucking women's division in Impact, do you like women's wrestling at all?
Yeah, seriously. I do got to say this, though, is that when I saw Tasha walk out in her extravagant and wonderful gear, it was kind of a foreshadowing for me that she might walk away with it, only because if people aren't familiar, she was representing the ringleader of a circus.
Yeah,
so what better stand out, and she just looks so theatrical and awesome. Congratulations to Tasha, well deserved. I think this is going to be the move that finally puts her in the main belt running.
Oh yeah. I hope it is, because I mean she did a great job representing when she was a multi-time knockouts tag team champion. And held on to that and represented it well, even when we barely had a knockouts tag division. I don't need to embellish on that. You guys know.
No, it was a tough time. Actually, man, one more note from Critical Sting here. We're gushing about Lady Frost. Man, Masha Slamovich just showed up too. Crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yes. The women's division at Impact is a force to be reckoned with, and as this year progresses, you're going to see it expand. I really do feel that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, now they.
Oh, baby! Heath got his 2 cents. Go ahead, Bill.
They answered all the critics for the Mercedes storyline that they all thought it should have went to Tasha. Yeah, now you have Tasha, so now Tasha's going to have her time.
Yes,
she is,
because she would have been fed and lost. Now who knows?
Yeah. It's sort of me and Bison were talking, and we were like, the winner of the knockouts match could be very kind of intriguing on who the next challenger is.
I don't think Tasha goes straight into the title picture. Actually, I think there's a period. I don't think what Mickey and Deonna have going is magic. And I know this was a death match, but I feel like these two women have more in the tank still. They're just they're pure magic together. But maybe it is Tasha's time right away.
You might want to give them a day.
I don't mean tomorrow at tapings. Just down the road.
Well,
give them a couple months off.
The way the match was going and the way and how much charisma Tasha had tonight.
Oh man, her promo later.
I thought she was going to pull a moose. I seriously thought she was going to pull a moose, jump in the main event, and just plow everybody over with that big old X.
We're getting a new Tasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
An
hungry.
evolution of the character.
She's turned the corner for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She is hungry.
Yeah, the emotion backstage was just sent chills down my spine. Like,
Yeah,
it's absolutely Tasha Steelz time.
Anyway, any other thoughts, Bill?
No, this one, when the participants were announced, if it was the crew that I thought, that was including Rachael Ellering. Mm-hmm. And my big thing about that was I thought Rachael would be the base in an Ultimate X. Mm-hmm. So my worry when she wasn't in this was how they would do the base. Like, would Jordynne have to do all that work? And you see what they did. They actually like brought in Havok and Savannah to do some stuff because they didn't have a base in the match.
Exactly.
So I thought I was worried about that because a lot of typical Ultimate X's, there's a formula to it.
Yes.
And here they didn't have all the ingredients anymore, but they were able to pull it off very well. And kudos to Jordynne. Like when she was on the wire and then had who was it that jumped on her? Was it Tasha?
Lady Frost.
Lady Frost jumped on her. And like the whole her, that's some upper arm weight there, man. Upper body weight right there.
Yeah.
I want to just real quick. Jamie has a question. He wants to know how we feel about fans who didn't used to watch Impact, but now that they see how great the company is, they watch. We love you. You're our favorite kind of fans.
Come on over.
Yeah, come on over. The wrestling.
Come and join.
The bandwagon.
You want some Kool-Aid?
Got to join at some point.
Welcome, man.
That's right. Hey, join us on the Discord.
Yeah,
you can also find us on Patreon at Patreon/We Talk Impact. You get extra bonus programming. You get the hit run. You get family dinner. You can also get After Dark. You can get retro reviews. We got it all. Check us out.
There you go.
There you go.
Go ahead, Alicia.
I was just going to respond to Bonus Baby's comment about Rosemary didn't win, and I'm still happy. That's how good this match was. And I want to say that I agree 110%. Nobody was a loser tonight, even if they lost their matches. Everybody really, really brought their A game, and it was really fun to watch.
Yeah. That's how I felt too.
Yeah, I said the same thing in the chat tonight too. There were no losers. Everybody looked like a winner tonight.
Yeah.
Did anybody get? I'm trying to think what her name is. Lisa Verone, also known as Tara.
Tara.
Did anybody get Tara vibes when Chelsea Green came out in like the shiny red?
Yeah, and also Chelsea had a similar spider gimmick in Lucha Underground, so I always get inspirational vibes from Chelsea from Lisa, Tara, Victoria.
Oh, that's right. Chelsea did was in there for a while. That's right.
For a hot minute, and then she got signed with WWE.
Yeah.
A hot mess of a minute, yes.
And then she was signed for a hot minute with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, what felt like a hot minute because they didn't even do anything with her.
Well, she had some injuries there.
When did they announce that the Knockouts World Title match was going to be the main event? Did they say something before the show or during the show?
During the show.
During the show.
Okay, so that's how we found out. I didn't know that was going to happen. So did they announce it before, like during the pre-show, right? Or is that what they announced?
They just ran down the card, I think,
and then said it in your main event.
Yeah. And your main event will be the Knockouts.
Okay. Yeah, that was like that news was going right into this. So you knew it was going to be a big night for the Knockouts.
Well, so what I wrote down here was we got the Knockouts Ultimate X match kicking off the main part. We got the free fall trailer, and then right after that, we got the Knockouts. At least for me, that was
okay. That's when they announced it. And you know what? They may have done that because they were tearing down, obviously, the structure. So during the trailer,
quick too.
Oh, they do a good job of that. The last couple times, the way they can get that Ultimate X taken down that quick, it's almost a shame people at home can't see how good of a job the crew's doing.
Crazy fast.
Yeah, they did good. But you almost like we're like partway through the X Division match, and I'm looking around, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, it's gone. All right,
it's gone. Where'd it go?
He did say that. I remember J-Bone saying that. Hey, wait,
Right?
the alternate X structure.
Right.
It happens fast.
It does. So next we got the X Division title match. Steve Maclin versus the defending Trey Miguel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
In my opinion, look, and I think a lot of people, like, you know, you root for Trey Miguel, but I really felt like Maclin was going to steal this one from him. In my professional podcasting opinion, this is Macklin's best match since he's been with the company.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He shined. Absolutely shined. And I don't want to take anything from Trey. Trey was, oh my God. Trey took all that stuff.
Man, he took it like a champ, too. My goodness.
Trey took an absolute beating in this match.
He did, yeah.
Pillar to post.
Steve, as they say, is snug. He is snug in there. Like that dude, he doesn't take anything off most of his stuff, and it's credit to the people in the ring with him because they're feeling it the next day. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Oh, Bill, was there an audible pop for the Rascals tease on Trey's entrance?
That was interesting. What were they? Did they say anything on commentary with that?
They didn't.
They did.
They did?
I
missed that.
could have sworn
they did.
it was just a slight reference.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Tom did. Tom said something like,
Oh, that's right.
Something
Oh,
about
that was-
Yeah. See, I heard that, but I didn't see the thing. I didn't see what they were talking about.
From Rascals to X Division, from Rascal to X Division champion, or something like that. Right after the Alicia, it was like Trey like doing the normal spray paint thing, and there were two silhouettes on either side of him. It was like three people on
maybe
stage.
it's a multiverse reference.
Yeah, could be.
Maybe.
That's what I thought it was supposed to be. 3 spider trays, just like in.
I thought my
Spoiler
was
warning.
going to come out.
Well, we've gotten 3 different versions of Trey, right? Well, no, because then Tom was like, "Oh, it's a Rascals thing," so never mind.
Who knows?
Either way,
But hey, based on what's going on, maybe you never know.
Trey is like a superhero, isn't he?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's get that gimmick from him. He could be Spider-Man.
Are you saying I'm cursing the knockouts I like in Hard to Kill Akeem? Is that what you're fucking saying? He's been keeping that shit in his pocket like my dicks.
Did Alicia's gear look like little Ty Valkyrie?
Yeah, the assless chaps.
Yeah.
Like I swear, like I think Taya has that outfit.
Wouldn't that be funny if Taya comes back and Alicia and her team up and it's like a China and Miss Kitty duo? If any, like that's an old reference. I don't know if anybody even remembers that because that was a flash in the pan. But you know how it was like her little assistant.
Oh, that was Attitude Era, wasn't it?
Yes, it was when China was basically doing her like cannon blaster phase. She was shooting the thing, and they were wearing the matching wigs. I can't be the only one who remembers this.
I got banned from Twitter forever. I can't check it.
You're such a rebel. It's not hard to get banned off of Twitter.
No, I don't even know what I did.
You've stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
That was good.
What did you say earlier? You're avoiding getting banned? Like, how the fuck do you do that?
They said that my account was a ban evasion account because I've had other accounts that were banned and I'm not allowed to be on Twitter, period.
They read the IP address and like figure out.
I'm like, really? You banned a wrestling?
Gotta get a NordVPN, right?
I like Impact Wrestling. Banned. What? Shit.
I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
Yeah, we traveled offline. Tiny China.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Tiny China? What?
Tiny China.
Dear God. All right. So, so Steve Maclin did not get the X Division championship from Trey Miguel. Trey Miguel was victorious here. And props to him, man.
Biggest win of Trey's solo career, I would say.
Absolutely. But so now my question would be is where does Maclin go for this? Is he Macbethin and spiraling further into madness as I'm predicting?
It's going to be interesting with both of them.
Well, he can't. So he can't. Is it just while Trey is champ?
Just while Trey is champ. That's the only stipulation.
Okay. All right.
Does he set someone up to take the belt off Trey so he can then take it off that other person maybe or something?
A team up, perhaps.
Maybe
they'll
be in a three-way where Maclin can't pin Trey.
Maclin.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Loopholes in the contract, brother.
There's a lot of ways they can go, isn't there?
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's wrestling.
He looked strong. He looked super strong in losing that match. He had to twice.
3 times if you count the apron one too.
So
but this proves that
he's looking good.
That one landed.
Wait, was that the hard cam side? Did you see that, Bill? The meteor from the turnbuckle to the outside when Maclin was on the apron. Did you see that from your position?
That was right in front of him.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
That was on your side? Did Macklin's head hit the railing really hard during that? Could you tell?
It hit it. It's tough to tell how hard it was. He bounced right back up. Yeah.
It looked bad on TV.
There was a lot of different rail shots. They went heavy into rail shot on this show.
A lot of people were rubbing their knees in the front row. If anybody was paying attention, whenever there was a rail shot later on, you'd see people rubbing their knees. Well, you're like a pro. Can you even feel it when the rail hits your knees? Like, I feel like that's a little known fact when you're like front row is that you need to like tuck your knees, bro, because you're going to get hit with the rails. Like, you're going to be part of the match.
Oh yeah, you're gonna that first row gets eaten.
Head on a swivel. That's what you gotta be.
There you go.
Always ready, like Matt Cardona. Tuck those knees.
No way, Matt Cardona.
I did see Matt Cardona on I actually on my way out I saw Steve Maclin and I told him he did a great job. Same thing, Cardona. Very, very good job. And I saw Josh. Like, hey Josh.
Nice. All right, so next we got Ring of Honor World Title match. Out comes Ian Riccaboni to make it a 3-man booth. And
Bobby Cruz.
Yes, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby Cruz, doing the ring announcing.
Bobby Cruz was into it tonight.
Oh, he was excited. You know, he was glad to be out there.
We'll get into more of this later.
What's that?
Well, he might have reasons to be very excited. We'll see.
Yeah.
As we talk more into this.
Yep.
Oh,
I'll just say, are you guys going to talk? Have you guys already discussed internally? I'll give a tease, not for that, but for the Rebellion teaser.
We haven't discussed it yet.
Well, I know we haven't discussed it yet, but did anyone notice anything about the Rebellion teaser?
I didn't see it. What?
It was just the date. They're like advertising next pay-per-view.
Okay.
Date poster. Did anyone look at the poster? Did anyone look at the poster?
Yeah, it has where the Omega symbol used to be. It has a question mark. Yeah.
So DC's Joker is coming.
The Riddler.
Who's Joker?
The Riddler. Excuse me, the Riddler is coming.
But that's the I think at least I'm imagining what that question mark means, but we can talk about that later.
Okay, we'll get to that. The question mark. Let's see.
Like there wasn't a character named that in wrestling pretty recently.
The question mark?
Yeah, Josephus.
Oh, rest in peace, Josephus. Yeah. Let's see. So, Jonathan Gresham versus Chris Sabin. Let's start with Steve. Steve, what was your thoughts on this one?
The Ring of Honor, for me, this is easily match of the night.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you like pure wrestling, these two men brought it. I mean, we know what Chris Sabin could bring. We watch him week in, week out. And I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of John Gresham, but this is my first time seeing him properly. And yeah, absolutely fantastic from start to finish. Hope we see a bit more from Gresham, but who knows? You know, they did halfway through. I thought they were going to set something up, but it doesn't look like they did. But yeah, fantastic match.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great moment with Sabin at the end. All respect, you know, there was no like, okay, somebody's the heel, no. There was just the both just went out there and just gave it their all.
Yeah, start of respect, end of respect.
It totally did.
Yeah,
Mark?
I think it's just a.
I love this match.
Absolutely.
Well put, Bill. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Mark.
I'm with Steve. It wasn't easily my match of the night, but it was my match of the night. This was just on another level. Like, I've never been a bigger Sabin fan than I am right now, so it catches me at the right moment too, because I think he's doing the work of his career, at least that I've seen. You know, the only issue I have with this match, and it's not even like anyone's fault, I feel like the crowd was taken out at points by not being familiar with the pure rules. So there were a few rope breaks or like countouts and things where the crowd kind of, I think, maybe was a little unsure of what was going on.
How to react, yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of hurt the flow a little bit, but otherwise it was still my match of the night. Just give me more of this.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
These guys were
just two fucking legends just killing it in the ring. Seriously.
There were. Go ahead, Alicia. Spread it.
No, I mean, I don't have much to add other than that.
This place rules.
Hell yeah. So good.
Exactly what he said. I'll have double.
Armand says in April, ROH will appreciate Impact fan support. Absolutely. We stream it in the Discord. Chuck is a fan. There are Honor Club members here. We did Final Battle. We will be supporting ROH, I think. Bill goes to like every single show, so he'll be at every show.
There was a lot of Ring of Honor love in that crowd tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, Ring of Honor chants. There was even
Ring of Honor's a big deal.
It was a moment, man. I thought Gresham, couldn't tell if he was crying or not, but you know, I was right there with him, man. It was really a moment.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, a lot of love for both these guys. Bill?
Yeah.
No, I knew these guys wouldn't disappoint. They're both fantastic. The career renaissance of Chris Sabin continues. We kind of knew it would have been great if Chris Sabin won, but we knew that really probably was not in the cards. But I thought they did a good job. And you're right. The one thing, they did test the audience tonight a little bit with multiple matches with not your typical rule set. So a casual wrestling fan is going to struggle a little bit with tonight's card because you have the pure rules. Even wrestling fans struggle with pure wrestling rules. And then the Texas Death Match in the main event, we'll go over that too. That's definitely, like, you almost got to say last person standing Texas Death Match.
Right.
That throws people for a loop as well. Because you have to go in there knowing that. But it was the same thing like the first time, like, and I get that's the good thing about the pure rules, because technically, like, if it wasn't for the rope break, Sabin had the first pin. So he looks like, okay, he could have got it over on him. And if you watch Gresham in Ring of Honor, that's how most of those defenses go, where it's like it's back and forth. They're not usually one-sided affairs, just like you saw in the main event. Like, you have what looks like multiple finishes throughout the match. But it was, you're right, there was a lot of Ring of Honor love at an Impact show, which is not something there would never be a reason to, because there hasn't been that relationship in 15 years. So it is interesting, the dynamic here. With April coming, and obviously we'll talk about some more stuff that happens on this card, what's going to happen in upcoming tapings, but it's going to be an interesting April because Ring of Honor, like New Japan, we know how tight they are with Impact. Ring of Honor, that partnership may not be the strongest with a different company right now.
Yeah.
And maybe it's more than a partnership.
Oh.
A little bit of speculation from Bill there.
Oh. Do you want to expand on that, or are you going to just cut it off there?
We have more of a show. Tune in.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So
You got to wine me and dine me first, J-Bone.
Oh,
Jimmy Christmas. Bill's still, on that high from the show. He's still come down. He's feeling But yeah, amazing show or amazing match. Jonathan Gresham retains here. I've said it before. I'll say it a million times. Chris Sabin is having a career year this past year going into this one. He's just doing stuff that just is blowing our minds.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal.
One thing I'll add to that is the commentary in this, because before the match, I just assumed that it was, they were just giving Sabin a shot because he needed a pay-per-view spot. However, but before, they actually said it's 8 years in the making and explained why Sabin was getting the shot.
Gotta love that. And what was the thoughts on the 3-man booth?
Oh my god,
worked amazing.
We talked about it first thing because it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe that was, let's just say, maybe a test or a trial.
Well,
that's
that 3-man booth. When you watch it back, you're going to be very happy.
Let's just say, based on the rest of how tonight played out, the reason Ian was in that role tonight, it would only make more sense him being in that role further down the line.
Absolutely.
Did he sign with New Japan Strong now?
No, I think he did a tryout. I don't know if he actually signed these. Something happened the last couple days.
Okay.
Well, obviously we're working with New Japan as well, though. So
yeah.
Right, because he was at a show. I didn't hear anything other than that. Yeah. So, but yeah, great match. Great to see Ian there. Next, we've got the Mass Destruction versus the Walking Weapon. I love how they gave like a little nickname or a big nickname to JONAH. And how he said that in the promo leading into the match here. That was great. I was like, Mass Destruction. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a t-shirt.
It's better than Mass Transit.
Oh God.
Jeez, rest in peace, Mass Transit too. Golly.
Right. Oh my God. That JONAH was killing Josh Alexander like Mass Transit.
Jeez, we'll get dark on this show tonight.
This was everything I wanted it to be. I wanted, and I said this on the prediction, I wanted the WrestleMania 2 headlining match between Bundy and Hogan, where Hogan comes out, he's all banged up across the ribs. Now that's the only thing I was missing.
Yeah, they didn't do it.
They didn't do it where Josh. I keep wanting to say Jonathan Gresham. Still thinking about him. Josh Alexander's like wrapped up around the middle. They didn't do that. I was a little surprised because that would have been a great way to sell it. But it's like Josh is Hogan and JONAH's Bundy. But I was also getting Bam Bam Bigelow vibes all throughout this match.
Oh yeah, well he embraced the gear.
Oh yeah,
big time. Flames.
Yeah, the purple flames. That was great. I loved that.
Nice jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was everything I wanted it to be and more. And I was shocked at the winner. I am shocked. I'm not upset. I'm just shocked that Josh won.
I'm surprised that JONAH tapped.
That was the surprise to me. I'm not surprised Josh won because I know that JONAH may not be a permanent roster addition or at least a long-term addition.
Right.
But I was shocked that he tapped. Like, man, Josh is the guy. Josh is the man. So the wins he's racked up, the only way this was going to be impressive was something like a tap, right? Like Josh has done everything in the last year. So this is wild. Good match. Great match.
Well, and it makes JONAH feel even more like a New Japan guy because they showed all Josh's previous wins over New Japan guys in the promo leading up to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, so this was what do they say that in the video games? The boss at the end of the game, you know,
The boss fight.
Boss fight. That's what this felt like. It's like, okay, you went through all these other guys. This is the boss fight, and he won.
Agreed.
He beat Tyson. He beat Tyson at the end of the game. The final boss, yes, critical sting. Thank you. I'm a little rusty on my game technology, my terminology, technology too. God, I'm just rusty all over. But yeah, anyone else thoughts on this?
It was basically the irresistible force meeting the immovable object, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we were just wondering how on earth is this match going to end. It was, you know, it was just two brick walls playing Can You Top This, and you're thinking, how is this going to stop? And I've not seen too much of JONAH, but I have not seen him in that condition in a match, and the fact that Josh managed to get him to that point, and yeah, like we said, make him tap. Didn't think I'd see it happen. So it's going to be interesting to see where both men go from here, because I think we thought, you know, I think we thought both men would be at the top of the card, but I don't know. JONAH suddenly doesn't look as threatening.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I feel like this year, if this year isn't spent building the Josh Alexander redemption story, what are we doing here? And I think this is just, you have to continue with Josh on this path.
Oh, definitely.
To get back to the belt, you know, and it does leave JONAH in a weird spot. But again, if he's only here for, you know, a little bit, then it makes sense because of that.
Yeah. It definitely.
Well, this feels like an Impact red herring to me. Remember when Moose lost to Chris Sabin early in the year last year?
Mm, yeah.
And then it's like, oh, Moose is at the back of the line, world title, forget about it. I think JONAH is going to be main eventing sooner rather than later. I think even ahead of Josh, even after that.
Huh.
Something's going to get him back in play. Maybe some type of gimmick match where he gets a number one contender somehow. Maybe a gauntlet and he wins it. Somehow he's going to get something to get him back up there. Because I'm a big JONAH fan. I'm liking everything I'm seeing with him. And he fits into that main event picture with the big guys. And he offers different. But like, we got to see the him versus Moose match. We still got to see Josh versus Moose at some point, but we need to see JONAH versus Morrissey. We need to see him in these matchups. Yeah. So hopefully we get that. And the only way to do that is for him to get back. He can't go to like back of the line. And I don't think he's leaving. He's already confirmed was definitely through Rebellion. I think he let something else slip that maybe he's here for Slammiversary.
Like, I read Rebellion too, yeah.
Well, that's what he put out there, like Rebellion. But then I think he said something else, and people are saying, well, maybe that wasn't. He confused something, but he mentioned maybe something around the summer. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with.
You're right. There's a lot of good matches. A lot of good matches. I liked him. You know, he was one of the last people that I liked before I stopped watching NXT. So I was happy to see him show up here. And of course, I like him in this form much more. He's much more raw. Those sentons, like Jesus fuck.
Oh yeah, they're crazy. And then he does a little bit of the move, like he's able to rotate the body a little bit while doing it. It's not just straight.
I mean, that moonsault.
Wait till you see the television angle on that, Bill. It's like when he does it, it's like a side twisting moonsault, right?
Yeah.
It's like in slow fucking motion. Like I was watching, I was like, oh my god, Josh is gonna die. Like
that's a big man. That's a big man.
Yeah, no, good stuff. Every match on this card, fantastic.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Any other wrestling company, when someone taps out like that, you kind of know what's happening. It's like, okay, they're moving around. They're going to be pushed down the card. Impact will surprise you. That doesn't usually mean, oh, they're going back in a line. They really, maybe for like a set of tapings. But it seems like you can easily jump back to the front of the line in Impact Wrestling.
Right.
Well, but we still have a crowded scene at the top. That's what's so great. We've got a good problem right now of having too many people ready.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good problem at the top right now.
Yeah, because you can't do these things too quick either. That's the whole thing we had with Tasha. It's like if you have her go right there, then she's there, and then what? Yeah. If she doesn't win, then where does she go?
Right. All right, next we got the Hardcore War. And I didn't take down too many notes from this. I stepped out for a bit.
How could you take notes on this?
Well, I was just going to like write down order of appearance and stuff like that, but I went and got myself a snack. Sorry.
I did too.
I don't want to call this my piss break match, but I was probably least like vested in this one, even though it looked like a lot of fun. I'm sorry, Bill. Please keep Joe underneath the bed.
Wait, what? What the fuck is going on around here?
In my head.
Oh, jeez.
I just know how
I got all chewed up tonight.
You did.
Oh, nice. Right. You wore the shirt.
Oh,
nice.
Well, it was underneath the Team Canada jersey.
Did Joe give you the wink after the match?
Well, he saw me throw up the head, and then he was he was like choking people in front of me, like up in the ring doing it. So I think that was his nod of approval.
I half wanted to take it off you and then use it on someone.
Oh, but that would suck.
He might. One of these times he might do that. You never know.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that Joe Head was gonna last like a month. I cannot believe that Joe Head is still around with us. And it's not even. I've held the little Joe Head myself 7 months ago. It's not like it's not supported with wood. It's not laminated. Those Joes are surviving on pure pulped fucking paper. It's crazy. They're just as durable as the man himself, who came out with no weapon like the true fucking G.
No, he's like, I don't need shit.
Yeah. Fucking G, dude.
Yeah, tossed his hat and took out. I forgot who he took out immediately.
Do I look like a man that needs a weapon? These are weapons. That mustache, that's a dangerous weapon.
That mustache, part of the seas, probably.
This hat, I've killed men with this hat.
What I don't understand is why you brought your whole fam damnly to Waukesha a couple months ago. Never mind. No, I'm kidding.
So yeah, this was my Pittsburgh match too, to steal a phrase from J-Bone, but I was only gone for some of it. When I came back though, I'm not gonna lie, this was a really enjoyable match. It was way more fun than I was expecting out of this. They kept it way interesting. We saw every different variation of stupid weapons that you could possibly use. We saw unprotected chair shots. What are these guys thinking, man? That was like, I was not cool with all the unprotected chair shots at the end there. I get some people like that, but man, overall though, this match was really a lot of fun in the old school Southern brawl kind of way. I quite enjoyed this match.
It was. It felt like a War Games without the cage. It really did. You know, because they were all over the place, and that's how it was. I felt like it was really geared for, because they had, you know, the staggered entrances just like a War Games.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm not sitting here complaining like it was like, oh, they ripped off. No, don't take it like that. That's not. It's, you know, if you're going to compare it to anything, it is going to be a War Games style match.
Well, when I say rip off, you mean the NWA who came up with that match?
You're right. Yeah, there we go.
This was a very fun match. It was surprisingly fun. I enjoyed it. Everybody in it did a great job. Lots of creative, fun stuff in this match.
Yeah, definitely.
And they had the great face-off. That face-off was fantastic. Like, that was such a cool in-ring face-off.
Yeah, when they all get in there, they draw the line. That was cross the line, J-Bone.
That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. It looked like somebody was out to
Isn't Odark? Because he's also owes my money?
Thought somebody was going to get mugged.
And critical thing, a lot of people are bringing this up, that they really like the promo that that Rhino and company were cutting.
That was fun.
That was a good promo. Like the promo work going into this, especially from the face side, team diehard Eddie Edwards, they were cutting some good promos.
Rhino's promo was like legit old school Rhino. I loved it. Love
Rhino can still cut a great promo.
Yeah.
Just like I'll give credit for anyone that likes to rip on the ECW guys. That's another trope out there where it's like, oh, ECW Pop and all those guys. That I'll give credit. All those ECW guys are really good promos.
Yeah.
Even if they're maybe not in the ring, which they once were, but still can do certain things. Their promos are still way better than almost anything you see on television.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those guys have been doing it that long for a reason.
Even the Eddie promo, because we all sort of say, that is probably the weakness of Eddie is his promos, but this promo was fire.
Yeah, even the beginning one, the intro to Hard to Kill.
Oh yeah,
we are. I am hard to kill. Like that was fantastic.
Yeah,
it would just feel everyone's energy. They all had their own story and made it belong to them. That's what was so cool. Very good stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's Doug here. Choke Young with his own intestines.
Oh God.
Vulgar.
I'm really.
I'm not just gonna gore. I'm gonna
really disappointed that we still haven't seen literally the kitchen sink turn up in one of these matches.
And hey,
One day
I'll take Hot Tub Rob back any day.
Except that we get banned from Twitch and shit when that happens.
Hey,
settle down, Rob.
only when you use whipped cream bikinis.
True.
Let's go back to Twitch and just hot tub it all the time.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, hot tub Twitch is like a big thing.
It is.
Like
It became a thing. Impact.
Apparently.
Rob Van Dam's trendsetters.
Do you got hair on your booty cheeks?
Oh.
You're fired.
Yeah,
Is it true you suggest TNI goes hot tubbing?
No.
Nobody wants to see this team in a hot tub. Okay.
Speak for yourself.
I have seen that penis.
Kaylon and
your buddy Kyle.
Kaylon and
your buddy.
No, Kyle.
I didn't even know we still had that fight.
I didn't either. That was the wrong fight. I thought it was the other one. That's why I stopped it midway through.
Look, just because I spent the night with Trent a couple of years ago doesn't mean I need to go hot.
Hey.
I came here for a lot of money.
Hot dog.
Yeah, no one wants to see 40-some-year-old Bone in a hot tub. No.
Uncle is this? If the 80s don't come back and get they uncle for real.
For real.
It'd be like those hot dog carts in New York City, but with J-Bone inside.
Which one's Jay?
Which one's Jay? It's so funny. All right. Where did you guys leave off?
We were talking about the hardcore war. I was just about to ask you, Alicia.
I was getting hardcore.
My first impression of the hardcore war is that, hey, that kind of rhymes.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
If you really stretch it, it kind of does. Hardcore war. Core war. I'm pretty sure I predicted the good guys to win this one. As you can see through a whole lot of chaos, they did, in fact, come victorious at the help of Heath, right? So, yeehaw!
They did. It was nice. It was nice to see Heath get the win because I feel
well needed.
Yeah, out of all these guys and everything he's been through, I feel like we've just been waiting for him to really break out, and this really,
I've mentioned that before, that by no fault of his own, I'm not invested in Heath, and that sucks. It was just he was an unfortunate victim of that injury really early into the company. Yeah. And so, I've had trouble getting really invested in Heath. This was a good step in the right direction to getting him more meat on his story.
Oh, yeah. I mean, think about where he'd be now. I mean, he'd be where Cardona is right now, if not higher, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's been here as long as the Good Brothers has.
Yes. Yeah, they all showed up together, right?
Yeah. Same night.
Yeah. Oh, well, Cardona showed up a little later. Brian Myers showed up that night, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that.
Yes, correct.
Cardona had to do a pit stop in AEW. But yeah, so Heath gets the pin here on Karl Anderson. But then what happens after the match is going to happen.
Before that, though, kudos to Rich Swann taking that crazy barbed wire board.
I just kept typing in the chat, someone go fucking help Rich. Someone fucking go help him. He's just laying there for like 5 minutes like this.
Screaming. Oh my God. It looks so painful.
Oh, fuck.
Right. Yeah.
That son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That son of a bitch.
That's times 10. Yeah, totally. But then all of a sudden, like, I look down and I'm like, writing the last of my notes for this. I'm like, okay, I got to catch up a little here. All of a sudden, I hear all this chaos and I look up and Taven and Bennett are in the ring with, what's the guy's name? Vincent?
Well, so first OGK comes out first. Right, and starts the beatdown, and then when Impact starts to kind of come back and get the upper hand, all of a sudden Vincent's in the ring. That's when I was like, I was expecting Maria and Mike and OGK possibly.
Yeah.
But when PCO came out, I shit my pants.
Same.
I
was wild.
PCO for a while. I was going nuts. I think I jumped when PCO. I saw him in the crowd.
Did you wait? From your vantage point, did you see PCO's stupid, ridiculous bump? This PCO bump, the one thing that he took, it was on the apron, and he like.
Oh, that's one of his things. He does the moonsault, and he does that. Goes off the apron,
and he took it right on the apron.
He'll do that at every indie match.
I've seen him do it in Ring of Honor, and I've seen him do the moonsault. This dude, how is PCO in his 50s?
He's not human.
He's not. Yeah, he is not human.
He got jump started with a car battery before the match. Or they cut him open and put a battery in him, like they did at Blackcraft Wrestling.
Yes, let's talk about Blackcraft Wrestling, please.
There's not much to say.
Tell me stories about Blackcraft.
It was short-lived.
Every time I buy something from Blackcraft, I fucking think about it. I get mailers from them all the time. And
it was a special time that ended too soon.
End
horrifically.
So they're truly a t-shirt company now, right?
Always have been.
Yeah,
barely. All right. Yeah. So then PCO shows up, and so the hard camera's on the ring. And just off way in the back behind the one ring post, I see this huge dude just fall over the railing, and that was PCO, and I was like, oh my God! And then more chaos ensued, and then who am I forgetting here? Was there? Oh, Maria was there as well.
Oh, Maria.
I didn't see her come out. I just saw her suddenly standing there with everybody in the ring.
Maria, she does whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, she just appears.
So, do we feel like this is an invasion, or do we feel like they're joining Impact? I want to get everyone's opinion on this.
Oh.
Bill's dying. Let Bill go. He's like chomping.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is where people are probably going to differ, but I do have an opinion on this.
All right.
You got to remember, and I don't know what's currently going on Ring of Honor, but Vincent, last I saw, wasn't part of OG. He used to be. He was part of the Kingdom.
He's not currently.
But in Ring of Honor storyline, he's not associated with that.
Right.
They actually had a war, him and Taven. Like, he was going to quit the company and all. I remember that was a Philly show. But the key here is PCO in this right now. PCO left Ring of Honor months ago. He wasn't there at the end. He was gone for months.
That's right.
He left.
Yeah.
So if it's a Ring of Honor angle, he's not there.
Well, yeah.
I think this is an Impact angle. I think they're all Impact bound.
Yeah.
All of Ring of Honor is Impact bound.
Yeah. You know what that puts into perspective? That there might have been a mighty fine purchase, allegedly.
When asked for money, baby.
It's big business, baby.
It's fun to think about, but
but the PCO thing is, if that's a Ring of Honor storyline, then he's got brought back into the fold under everyone's news.
Right.
We'll see.
There was, there was so much Ring of Honor presence there. Like it's not that far fetched. Like Roxy was there too.
Roxy was in the crowd, right? With her belt.
Yeah, with her belt. Yeah, maybe.
I really
Gresham.
Yeah, there
Bonnie.
was a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
definitely.
A lot.
There's definitely a very, like, the amount that we saw there, like, in one show. And they've done, I think the relationship with New Japan has been fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
But they may have surpassed it with Ring of Honor in one night.
I said that like earlier. In 2 shows, Final Battle and now Hard to Kill, they've done more in just 2 shows than they've done in 10 months with AEW.
Yep.
Yeah, they were never going to do much there, but
AEW wasn't
doing
really
this quick.
No, but I meant but it sort of it seemed like, obviously, where you're leading, it seems like it's different, and I like the idea, but it kind of initially looked like an invasion angle.
Yeah.
Whereas that was what we were hoping we would get with the initial AEW.
Yeah, and you're going to see something, and I don't know if it's an official purchase of like a full co-partnership, but when they said they're going dark, I think for the most part they're going Impact. And in April, there's Rebellion with a question mark. Right. And that's when they say they're coming back is April. So there's something with Rebellion and Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling, and it's happening at Rebellion. And it's coming to a head. I think we're going to see a ton of Ring of Honor, maybe half the roster or more over the next couple months. And then it's all going to come to a head at Rebellion.
I don't want to sort of maybe put something else in there, but obviously we've all been sort of saying about this second knockout show, Ring of Honor. Could that turn into that?
Maria and Company.
Yeah. You put Maria and
a lot of Access TV programming in the next couple months.
Yeah,
well, and New Japan comes back March 3rd, which is in that same window, springtime window.
Maybe a super show before the year is over.
Oh, fuck,
could be.
Please, yes.
All I know is that Impact said big things were happening this year, and I think they're already.
They were teasing this, and don't never forget the 5-year plan.
I was just gonna say, is this like gonna be part of that 5-year plan that like not necessarily was part of the plan, but now it's like, oh, we're gonna put this in the 5-year plan.
Yeah, the only thing I was surprised about, I thought we were gonna get the Briscoes too when they were all coming out.
That's
but I don't put it past it. I think it's a matter of time.
Depends on what
I must admit, when Vincent came out, that I quickly thought, is that one of the Briscoes? And then I was like, no, it's
Him
not.
and Jay have similar hairstyles right now.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, except for the beard, right?
Yeah.
Jay's beard is more trimmed up.
I will say this, and I'm not going to shoot. Those in the Discord know I was like hot earlier, but I did check the AEW subreddits and forums and stuff just to see what they were talking about. Okay. And they were just getting all over Impact and how Impact's a shitty company. Like the tables have turned real quick. So I'll say this. You know you're doing it right when everyone else is all of a sudden, oh no, they suck now. Because you remember, like, I belong to both fandoms somewhat, and it was kind of buddy-buddy for a while there. But boy, it turned.
When we were getting smoked by them.
It turned fast. Don't piss off Scott D'Amore.
So the thing comes down to it, and I made a post earlier in the night that Impact was faced with the forbidden door, handed its beer off, and said, let me handle this shit, and blew everything out of the water.
We've been saying Impact's a forbidden door for a long time. The New Japan relationship, the AEW Tryst or whatever that was.
Ring of Honor, and now
NWA.
WWE.
Who? Oh yeah, the new one. Yeah,
that new one. Yeah, we're not going to ignore that since they were mentioning them all night.
Right. What is
anyway.
This? Bill pinned this or Mark, but I was thinking, what if this is a tease of Samoa Joe taking over for Ring of Honor, a Ring of Honor legend trying to take from Impact? Oh, that's not a
Maybe down the line, down the road, but
that's a
we'll
little
see
too
about that.
quick
But
thinking.
obviously, a guy that's mainly connected with these two companies, Impact and Ring of Honor. But that's very fresh news, and he already left there once and went back. So I wouldn't count on Joe for
6
much
months
of anything right now. Yeah,
for one match to win a title to then. Never mind, that's another show. But yeah,
it's sad. It's sad, really.
All right.
But well, we'll find out in 90 days. So
yeah, yep.
Unless he just says "F you," I'm not even taking the 90 days after this shit.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. Other than Mickie James, I've never seen a wrestler not take at least the 90 days.
Yeah.
Everyone always says that they don't have to do it, but I've never seen anybody not do it.
Chelsea took like a week less.
Callahan didn't take it.
Is it short?
NXT?
Well, the NXT people, I get that's only 30 days, but
Well, no, because Callahan wouldn't have been a 90 days, but Callahan didn't even want the 30 days. He's like,
he just wanted to rate out.
Yeah,
that's like the Wolves years ago.
Yeah.
They signed and said, like, I'm out.
Peace. Yeah. So, I can't wait to see where this goes with this whole invasion angle.
Incredible.
I think Taven and Bennett go after the tag titles. I don't know where Vincent fits into this, but I would not be surprised if PCO goes after Josh Alexander.
I said that weeks ago. That's who I thought they should bring in. Part of this Josh Alexander tour is the PCO would be a great opponent for him, I think. And how about Josh when he came out for his match? It looked a little Team in Canada inspired, his little jacket he was wearing.
Well, him and Speedball.
It was like a jersey. It was almost like a modern jersey. Yeah.
Him and Speedball have very similar gear on.
I'll tell you, that feels like a new version.
Where Kaya's available, I hear.
Ooh.
Although she's more known for being Lucha royalty, but still.
For reals.
For real.
She's a Canadian queen, bro.
That's right. It could work. Chelsea, you got a lot of people there.
Yeah. A lot of options there.
Yep.
I thought I saw that on you.
That guy.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Someday.
Come home, Bobby.
Maybe that's one of the guys we're getting in that the Mickie James thing. Who knows? Be interesting to see what
trade.
Yeah, what plays out of that. Who knows what's going to happen with that? No speculation there, but crazy stuff.
I honestly think it's just a one and done, and that's simply because up north women's roster is so piss poor, horrible.
Yeah,
but anyways,
pretty thin.
Well, no, I think we'll see what happens, but we almost pretty much have confirmed now that the Knockouts world title is going to appear on their programming.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they announced her. So
yeah, I mean, well, the event isn't until April, is it?
No, February.
It's in February.
It's in February.
That's February, is it? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's February. Yeah.
I mean, January, but maybe early February.
No, I thought it was end of January.
Well, because don't they do Fastlane and then Royal Rumble, or is Fastlane before Wrestle? I don't know.
Fastlane is after Royal Rumble, I think.
Okay.
I think it's Fastlane, Great Balls of Fire, and
January. Then Saturday the 29th. So it's around the corner.
Yeah, I think Space Battleship Yamamoto's in there somewhere right after WrestleMania.
What?
No idea. We're all out of our element. Don't ask any WWE questions. We won't know shit.
Right?
I don't know.
Well, I remember when I was a wee little one. It was always in the month of January.
Yeah, same.
But also, Survivor Series had Survivor matches, elimination.
I just
matches,
about know how to spell WWE.
Well, Steve, to me, it's still the WWF. So.
Some
Sorry, animals. I like you, animals, but I
That's all right. There's plenty of animals in WWE.
We're so out of it, they don't even do Fastlane anymore, apparently. That's how up on
that's how long it's been.
Because that was like a thing with like, wasn't that like with NASCAR when that came about? I don't know. I don't think they have any of these relationships anymore. There was a reason Fastlane was named Fastlane. It was a stupid reason years ago. Like, I don't know if it had to do with a movie or something. There was a reason Fastlane was named the pay-per-view, and then they just kept it all those years. But
Probably
It sounds about WWE.
right.
So let's just talk about the greatest pay-per-view name of all time. Hard to kill.
Yes.
Man, this is horrible.
Back to the show.
Back to the real show.
Yes.
Kill
Yeah,
the name.
we gave them enough
Yes.
plugs tonight.
Yeah, we're losing viewers. All right.
Well, we're just like Impact Wrestling. We're giving up north plugs.
Alone.
Oh, yeah, we're giving them.
And you know what? I don't feel as dirty about it. Tony was making me feel dirty.
Yeah, I feel dirtier here. I feel dirty both ways.
You're right. It's a
New
different
Japan.
kind of dirty.
New Japan.
New
all
Japan's
day.
the best.
New
And the
Japan
Ring of
all day.
Honor stuff feels great.
Hey, AAA has been fine because it's not working. It's not huge, but
It's kind of weird. Ever since the Broken Hardy thing came to light, it's like Impact and Up North have been getting along fairly well for a number of years now. Like, this isn't new news. It's more since when Matt originally went up there and they got some of that footage, the Hardy footage. Then they started working together. And like I remember the first, like, there was some stuff like Kurt Angle and stuff where they started using little footage bits here, and then the stuff with Ken Shamrock. So there's been stuff going on for a couple of years now. So that, once again, Scott, the coach, man, he'll work with anybody, and that's great to see from a company.
Good job, Scott. Good job.
I agree, Sammy.
The world is healing.
Right. One day at a time. All right. So
Did
now,
anyone watch that?
what?
I did
Oh, they had a show tonight. No, I forgot about that. Actually,
Who?
I think I know what people are talking about. Hard to kill.
Not a clue. All right, so then we got the Impact World title match. We got Moose defending against Morrissey and Matt Cardona. Chelsea's out there with him. That was nice to see. Poor
Well, she
Morrissey.
wasn't there at first.
Oh, I thought. Oh,
She
that's
didn't come
right.
out
yeah.
with Cardona.
No, that's right. She didn't. She came out later. Yeah. When things really started getting hairy is when she came out. Man, what a phenomenon. I know some people complain about three-ways. This was amazing.
It was
Never
good.
complained three-way.
no, never.
This was great. This made me feel, honestly, like all the way through, it could have went to any of them.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
My money was on Morrissey.
Mine was on Mid Cardona.
Mine was on. I didn't care.
I thought this was the moment to put it on Cardona. He's just really doing some amazing work, and I know it would have been a short run for Moose, but there were no losers. You could have told me anyone won this match, and I'd have been happy.
Oh, absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
I was hardly disappointed in a Moose win. Like, I was really rooting for Cardona, but man, Moose as champion is totally fine with me. There was no bad result here. All three of them looked good. The Morrissey Tope scared the fucking shit out of me. Oh my god!
Like, is he going to do that, or is he just teasing it?
I thought he was.
He's going.
Dude, that was so crazy. You probably couldn't see the base on that. They almost missed him a little bit, but that was wild.
Oh, this right here. I'm going to point this out. Douglas, thank you. The moment with the prosthetic leg.
Where did that come from?
God, yeah.
Well, it came from a guy in the audience, and he was trying to get it. Like, as soon as they went to ringside, he's like, and the crowd there was chanting it. Then he just started moving around the crowd until he could find his space, and then he just chucked it in the ring.
The D-Lo goes, oh, that's now just being passed back over my head.
That's amazing.
That happened right after Moose went through the table spot. Just a horrible table spot.
Oh, when he went through that table, I'm like,
no. Yeah, real bad.
I'm like, he's either going to sell
Justin with the comment of the night was the Sarge's leg. Oh, Eric Young strikes again. Sarge. Poor Sarge.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, that was fun. I was like, man, they better hang on to that prosthetic leg. Moose might need that to get back in the ring.
Yeah, that was a scary spot, man. He barely caught any of that table, it looked like. It looked pretty bad.
Like he slid. I'm like, man, that guy's gonna like break.
I was worried about Penzer, man. He barely got out of there.
Yeah, Penzer, and he had a sound guy next to him or something.
Penzer's an old pro, though. You know Penzer's a pro. He's going to be fine.
Oh, yeah, but out there, it was close, man. That's some big boys coming your way.
I honestly thought Moose was going to be hurt legitimately after that. It looked pretty bad. Huh?
Anna with the knee slap. Morrissey had a leg up.
Oh, jeez.
See, now I know Akeem, and this is what people are going to say. The overbooked finish took me out of the match, but that's what made me think anything could happen. The overbooked finish, because I was pretty confident going to this match. Moose was going to retain the title, but then when it was starting, at first I'm like, interesting, because I know Hebner was going to get the main because he always gets the main, but then it was friend of the show, Daniel Spencer, in the world title match. I'm like, interesting. Kudos, Daniel Spencer. But I'm like, interesting. Let's see how this plays out. And then he obviously takes a bump.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay, it's shenanigans time. And that's where it's like, if you notice at one point, they're probably focused on the ring. This is when Moose goes through the table. We all started a Moose chant because we're like, Moose, you're going to lose the belt because there's shenanigans and you're out of play right here. So we're like, Moose. And he just has to play Ed for 5 minutes, and we're telling him to get up after 30 seconds. That was Cardona or Morrissey, and I said forget it, Morrissey will be world champion. I just don't know if he'll be the one. He could be the one that beats Moose, but Josh for his redemption might have to be the one to beat Moose.
Yeah.
And then maybe Morrissey beats Josh. But this is he'll have his chance. But I thought this is, if they were going to have Cardona do it, this would have been the type of situation that it would have happened. So when you had that happen, I'm like, okay. That Chelsea, at first when she came out, I'm like, does she turn? They just got married, and she'd do an angle with Moose to take out her husband. Now that would be very other company-like, but I could have solved it because it was a built-in thing. Because he does crazy character work with the stuff he does on the indies. I'm sure he'd be game for almost anything. So I thought that was a possibility that didn't happen. So when that didn't happen, the only way I saw Cardona winning was that type of finish. So when it looked like it was going that way, I was really nervous for about 10 minutes. I was like, Cardona's going to win this belt. He's going to win the belt. But then it started falling a little more back into place. But right now, I'm not sure. After we see Moose victorious in this match, unless you say it's Josh right now, is there an immediate contender for Moose?
Well, I don't know, because technically both men actually got the pin, didn't they? It's just the ref wasn't there to count it. They
did. Everybody looked strong. Almost everyone that didn't win their matches tonight looked strong. They all had a case to be made.
Yes.
Oh, fuck, am I high as fuck or what?
Yeah, me too, apparently.
But no, we were sort of saying about how the how the finish may have been slightly overbooked, but it's the sign of good booking when you get to the end of the match and you have no idea who's going to win the match.
Yeah,
surely, yeah,
absolutely. But Moose retains here, and go ahead.
I was just going to say a final shout out to official TNI referee Daniel Spencer. That looked fucking painful.
Oh,
the that was a hell of a ref bump.
It looked really painful.
In my ass.
Good sport.
Yeah, I think, it was a hell of a ref bump. I thought Spencer got cut the fucking half and then hit the floor. It was pretty rough. I actually jumped up and was like, "No, Spencer!" When it happened.
Good to know you could still handle camera duties after the show.
Yeah. Amazing.
Right. Oh man. Yeah. So Moose retains here. Amazing three-way with these guys. Triple threat.
Yeah.
Tremendous. We then get the announcement for April 23rd in, is it Poughkeepsie, New York? I believe is what they said. Poughkeepsie, New York.
Oh, the X.
Look at that.
Did you have to climb up to get
That's adorable.
That was up there. That's me. I'm right underneath the wire. No, that's Daniel Spencer taking that picture.
Oh, that's cool.
The ref Daniel, but he's okay. He's okay.
Yay!
Because the thud out of the ring after he got speared looked pretty bad too. I'm like, shit, he fell on his head.
The whole thing was, Daniel Spencer's a consummate professional, excellent referee.
Yeah, great guy.
Right down the middle.
So Rebellion's coming to New York 2 days before my birthday. So
Woo-hoo.
if anybody wants to send me to New York, no, I'm kidding.
I got you.
Send you.
You stay at Bill's house.
One-way ticket.
No, right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Steve, you can make it for Rebellion. That's not too far from you at all.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
That's just across the pond.
Yeah, East Coast is easy if you're in the UK.
If you start swimming now, no, I'm kidding.
It's cold.
Well, Bison, he made his way to New York City because you'd have to go from New York City, though. Then it's outside of the city.
How far is it?
An hour and change, hours.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Gotcha.
That's not like going all the way to Albany or Buffalo or something. At least.
No, yeah, I'd be more of a haul. So it's, but I don't know this, but I look where they were in Texas, going to Florida. New York City is very strict on certain things, and outside of the city is a little more lenient.
Yeah.
But I think Philly's strict. So they're going to Philly before that, so that's going to be interesting.
Yes. On my calendar.
I take it half of this panel will be at that show.
I will be at that show probably. I'll come out of my hermit state to
Kyle
go
probably will
to
too.
Kyle will
Billy. Be there. There will be lots of TNI repping at the Phillies.
That'll be interesting if Kyle goes. So maybe we'll do our infamous cheesesteak throwdown.
Yes,
we'll see.
Absolutely.
There you go. So, any thoughts on a venue? I don't think they said one.
It'll probably be 2300 Arena.
No, they've announced all the venues for the up to the Rebellion. It's the old ECW Arena, the 2300 Arena.
In Poughkeepsie?
Oh no, Poughkeepsie
no, that's in Philly.
The Mid Hudson Civic Center.
Oh, okay.
Northeast Wrestling runs there often, and for like big shows, like they had like Omega when he was doing his indie run a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
He played that venue, and obviously Poughkeepsie was a big ECW spot as well back in the day.
So, like, how many fit in that joint?
You definitely could get. You're talking in a couple, like thousands. Like you could fit thousands in that building. It's a bigger venue. It's a bigger venue.
Couple thousand ish.
Okay. I would say, without even looking at it, you could set up that place easily because they have a lot of bleachers. I'm thinking somewhere in that 2,500 to 3 if they wanted to go with a setup like that. It probably, if you look at capacity and stuff like that, it probably says it's at least 4, I would think. But that ain't how you set up for TV. It's always going to be less.
Right. Cameras, you got stuff and whatever.
Yeah, because the thing is, they set up like a studio, so that's a lot of production space that gets taken away. So I know everyone always looks at it. Says on their Wikipedia it takes 3,000, so get 2,980 people in there. That's not how it works.
Right.
Cut it by like 30%.
Before we jump into the main event, any thoughts on the attendance tonight?
Well, they did not have upstairs open. So it was standing room on the floor. It's tough to say. I'd say in that 1,000 range is my guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, they did a pan of like the whole thing a couple times during the show for like way back.
Yeah,
and it looked like a great.
Like it was full. What they had there was full. It's just
It looked it, yeah.
Based on the setup because the stage is big and all that. So I'd say like in the high hundreds to like 1,000 roughly. Because production didn't take up a ton of space with the cameras in this venue because they were upstairs pretty much using the balcony. So
right.
Oh, did you run into Basil? Speaking of cameras, we saw
I did.
him.
He was right in front of me most of the time.
Yeah, I saw him there. That was nice to see Basil. We haven't seen.
Yeah, it was good to see Basil.
He's back home.
Yes.
So is he back? Do we know?
It seems. Yeah, it seems like he's back.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Good for him. Good for Impact.
Yeah.
Good for Basil.
Very, very happy. Yeah,
good.
Very happy for Basil. Yeah. All right, on to the main event, the Texas Death Match for the Knockouts World Title. Mickie James defending against the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo. Let's start off with Alicia here. Your thoughts on this match?
I found it very enjoyable. These two women beat the bloody hell out of each other in their Texas Death Match. I was a little confused by the rules at first, but after the first bout, I was like, okay, I get this. Yeah, I don't know what much to say other than, Mickie James proves once again why she's world champion, and Deonna Purrazzo proves again why she's one of the best female wrestlers in the damn world. So, yeah.
Yeah, this was I actually think I liked their first match a little bit better than this match. But this was really good. These two women seem like they've been a rivalry for decades because their chemistry, like on the mic, in the ring, in each other's presence, backstage, is just fantastic. I would not be surprised. I said this earlier. I think that even though this was a big blowout death match, I would not be surprised to see Deonna and Mickie meet again down the road.
Surely.
This is the kind of stuff that you really want to bottle, because it's absolute magic. Like I know I'm a huge ass Deonna mark, but of all of her rivalries, this could possibly be my favorite one. The work they've done over the last 7 months has just been brilliant, and they can keep doing this as long as they want. This was great. Again, I like the first match better, but taking nothing away here. I love them both wearing smarter gear for a deathmatch setting. I love that the Mickie took a lot of punishment in this on the tax. Only real complaint here, I didn't like the finish. I thought it was overbooked. But still, the match itself was really solid. You could show me this match again at Rebellion, and I would not complain.
I haven't seen biting like that from a woman since I left my ex-wife for her sister.
Jesus Christ.
Is this you, Steve? All these new bites.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, Steve, that's that's hilarious. Apparently, I really missed out because I only made it into like 5 minutes of the IPWF show, and with all the hiccups they were having on audio and video, I was like, I can't watch this. But thank you, Steve, for adding those. Those are great. Damn, Crazy Steve, we love him, right? For those of you that don't know, that was Crazy Steve doing that. Just amazing. Yeah, it's the Mickie James coming out in the chaps, and I'm like, okay, she's taking off the chaps. She's not
half
taking
expected
off
her
the
to
chaps.
use them.
That's a new inspired gear to keep the chap.
Deonna used the chaps, right? She choked Mickie with them at one point.
She did. She did when she finally took them off. Yeah, they got used.
They did some creative stuff. They both looked a little gassed at the end, though. That was a scary. What was supposed to be, I think, a Queen's Gambit that was turned into a makeshift powerbomb on the table. I'd have to watch it back, but I think that may have been like the one kind of moment. Oh, and also this, if I remember correctly, this match had a kind of a stuttery start with the baseball slide into the table that was missed. So there were a couple, and maybe that's why I like the first match better now that I'm thinking about all this again. I want to watch Mack. It was still really good. Like my complaints are not really complaints; they're nitpicks. This card, this show, top to bottom, probably the best Anthem Era Impact pay-per-view. Just really solid stuff.
Phenomenal. Yeah, and that spot where it was supposed to be, where one looked like what they called the Queen's Gambit, and why it looked a little funky when they replayed it. If you look at where Deanna's feet were, her left foot slips. That's why they both crashed kind of.
It looked like she kind of had this furnace.
There was too much space. There was too much space between the corner and the table because she had to jump. She had to take her and jump into it. So she had her up in the package, but then she would have to take her while in the package and jump. She would have to kind of press up against there and push herself off to do that, which is, I think that's a lot. I think she just got kind of caught in no woman's land there with that. So she did the best she could, and obviously the safest way you could do it.
Yeah, that's a good
assessment.
assessment.
Took it a little upon herself, maybe not to look the best on it, but deliver a safe way move. Because at first I'm like, man, if she's going for this has got bad news written all over for her. So that she adjusted, that was the right call.
Oh, absolutely. And I wasn't questioning the call, but that's what we were saying in the watch along too during the setup was, oh, this isn't looking good. I hope she didn't go for this. So I guess you're right. The table was probably just too far. I'm glad she transitioned into the powerbomb, but even that looked, it looked a little bit iffy there.
It's tough. Like if you're doing one-on-one heavy gimmick matches like that, where chairs and other type of outside props, there's an art to it. I know, like I do go to a lot of death match type stuff and all, and there is into it. It isn't just like random jabrones can go in there and do that. They will get hurt. Maybe even worse.
I felt really bad for Hebner at one point where they were throwing all them blooming chairs.
Like they're throwing the chairs in. You gotta be. Everyone's gotta be on the same page.
He was hopping around all over the place.
Yeah. No, it's not an easy thing.
Yeah, but killer night overall. Just absolutely. Again, my complaints are nitpicks. I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea that I thought this was a 10 out of 10 show. I don't even know. Honestly, Impact put themselves in a shit position now because they're going to top this. How the fuck are you going to top this for the rest of the year? Good luck.
I think there might be a storyline or two that can get them to where they need to be.
I hope so.
The good thing is they hold them quarterly, so they've got a long while to build up to the next one.
Yeah. I keep thinking, Rebellion is 3 months after this. I can't wait. We'll see. High hopes for Rebellion now. Really high hopes for Rebellion.
Oh, and just the next two shows building to that. So we're getting, which one is first?
Lockdown was in there, right?
They talk about Lockdown.
No surrender.
Oh, no surrender, and then sacrifice.
Yeah.
So, and just thinking about what's going to happen in those.
And I will say, I'm glad we haven't got one in January because it feels a bit too much 2 in 1 month.
Yeah, last year was real tight between Genesis and Hard to Kill, and they had to fill it with the X tournament, which was fantastic, but it was just kind of a one-off on its own type of thing.
Yeah, and I
still won't guarantee that there's not an Impact Plus special this month.
Are you speaking because you saw some recordings, or you just think they will still come through with one for the month?
I have an idea tomorrow.
Oh, that's true.
But it's still too early to assume there's not going to be a live Impact Plus special for sure.
Right.
But remember, they were taping them. So you didn't know they were coming until they started putting them in the can. So I still don't know for sure that they're not going to do that.
Okay.
Well, keep our fingers crossed.
Because they still have 3 days of tapings. They have tomorrow and 2 in Florida in January, where they realistically could produce something for January.
Yeah, and they have New Orleans after that, right? Which will probably have a taping day on it as well.
They'll do taping there as well. But it could be obviously shorter based on this schedule. They might be doing less of those to accommodate the schedule. So
yeah,
it's likely that there isn't, but it's just until I see it, with Impact, I'll see it when I believe it.
Yeah.
So here, Zach Bonifer says Mickey has to hold the Impact title for the Royal Rumble. Alicia, do you think we are actually going to get that?
I feel like that might happen. It's kind of important that it does, but
because it was actually she was announced as the Impact.
I think the whole thing's sketch anyway, so who knows?
Mm-hmm.
They really needed some names, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, once you get rid of Nia Jax, what are you going to do?
Once you fire 80%,
that awkward moment when you realize you have no one notable to fill a 30-woman roster for a Rumble.
We'll just announce them all. Fuck the surprises. Oh,
yeah.
Great, Vince. Great.
Hey, who knows?
I don't think anybody wants surprises from them, so.
Yeah, the surprises from them are always like a kick in the nuts. No thanks.
They're terrible.
Surprise
like pulling teeth.
Fired.
All right. Anyways.
Or if you're like Samoa Joe, fired twice in the same year. Oh.
Shit, at least you won a title that year in the one match he had. Shit, that's pretty good.
Hey, maybe Mickey's not the only world champion from another promotion showing up at the Rumble.
Maybe.
Oh.
Well,
maybe we saw another one.
Yeah.
Maybe another two on tonight's show.
Mm-hmm. The Reina Dorena's champion as well.
Yeah.
Maybe Deonna and Roxy.
I can't see Deonna going back to work there after hers. Well, we always say that, and everybody goes back. Everybody goes back.
Only one of them will be champion because they're having the winner take all match next week.
Oh,
yeah, is that still definitely happening?
Yeah, it's the Reina Dorena's, and now the Ring of Honor Women's World Title will be. Well, unless Maria comes out and is like, "Wait a minute," now that would be.
Yeah. Or Mickey interjects and they have a three-way. All take winner takes all.
Take my money. Take my money. Invite Camille. Come on, let's go.
Invite Camille.
Who knows? Who knows? Wrestling is just
anything can happen
right now.
Wild West right now.
As Trent would say, cuckoo bananas.
Cuckoo bananas.
Right now, 2022 is telling 2021 to hold its beer.
Ooh. You drinking tonight, J-Bone?
After this.
Okay.
I feel like our last two videos couldn't get monetized because I was sipping.
Really?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They actually, God, YouTube is ass balls. My God.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. We got unmonetized for that.
At least we say panini now. I'm the one. I was the most guilty of talking about the panini. So.
Yeah, YouTube's wild.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah, the bone wiser. All right.
Very censored.
Just want to say thank you to our amazing audience, our amazingly generous audience tonight. My goodness.
Thank you.
Hell of a pay-per-view, an absolute blast reviewing it. Thank you to this crew for coming, and so we could all discuss it together. So let's go around the horn and let's say our goodbyes.
Oh, wait, we need the little of this.
We started the show with that. We're going to end the show with that.
Yeah.
There we go. Go ahead, Steve. Where can I find you?
You can find me normally every Wednesday over on the TNI UK, 6 p.m. UK time. Not too sure on the other.
Noon Central.
Noon Central. Yeah, with Bison Joker doing the TNI UK Impacted. Also on Twitter at SimplySteve311 for everything Impact Wrestling related. Also for any Impact Wrestling articles, look me up on WrestleBuddy.com under the Impact Wrestling banner.
All right, Mark.
You cannot find me on Twitter at Mark World Order because they have permanently deleted me from Twitter. So fuck you, Jack.
When did this all happen? Today?
Today, they nuked all my accounts. They said that I'm using ban evasion accounts or something. So I'm nuked, but they've perma-banned and suspended every account I have. So you can find me in the Discord. You can find the link here. You can find the link on our socials. Join us in the Discord. There is live streaming. We're starting to watch NWA now that it's back on YouTube. We will be watching Ring of Honor. There's always something streaming. We'll do Impact rewatches usually later in the day. We're streaming live as these guys do a watch along. If you like talking about wrestling in a healthy environment where we've had controversial topics like race and religion come up and have everybody walk away with their differing opinions, having a great, healthy conversation, we cover it all in the Discord. Movies, music, art. We got the Treehouse for patrons where you can find us on Patreon. We Talk Impact. Patreon/We Talk Impact. There you can find us with extra shows like The Family Dinner on Sunday night, After Dark, which is just kind of a free-for-all where we confess to crimes. Steve really took us out strong on the first episode of that. We've got myself and Trent doing the Hit and Run. Yeah, so I know I'm not around a lot these days. I'm going to try and be back more. Now that I'm not on Twitter, if you want some Uncle Mark, you've got to come to the Discord. So
there you go.
All
and
right.
that link and that invite is in the description of the video. Hop into Discord. And it's not just Impact, folks. There's all sorts of stuff in there. So, All right, Bill, where can they find you besides on the road all the time?
Well, yeah, you can find me right now in Dallas. It's a lot. Mainly on the road to rebellion, but the Twitter mainly is where you'll find me. As long as I'm still there, well, who knows what's going on these days?
Be careful.
It might be at my name, William M. Gardner, GRDNER. If not, I may need to revert back more to the gram and start getting some more pictures up. Maybe I'll put this one with the Ultimate X right now.
There you go.
That's a great
maybe
start.
Maybe I'll go to sleep instead.
Make that one of your resolutions if you didn't make any for the year. Bill.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah. Our new X Division champion.
There you go.
All right, Elisa?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and lurking in the Discord under the handle We Should Be Geeky.
I know that's true too, because every once in a while I'll be talking shit in the Discord and then Alicia will hit our group chat and be like, hey, so what's up with this? And I'm like, she is fucking looking in the Discord.
I got eyes, bro.
It's true.
Right. And you can find me over in that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where we're just getting back into the swing of things here in 2022. Been covering a lot of AEW and some other news. You know, this whole week's been full of news. So if you're interested in that stuff, just look it up on YouTube or Twitch or wherever you find your podcast audio. As far as this podcast, you can find us on YouTube, Twitch. The audio for this podcast is Apple iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Pandora. Just look up We Talk Impact, and you will find us there. Thanks again to all our generous tippers tonight, whether on Twitch or on YouTube. Much love, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Patreon exclusive Sunday dinner, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit of fallout from this if there's any news. Hopefully, there's no bad news, but I'm sure we could talk some rumors, some little
releases.
Yeah, well, hopefully there's none of that because most of that news got debunked today, but we'll find out coming out of the pay-per-view.
I don't mean for Impact.
Oh, okay. Oh God, no. Bill, you got tapings tomorrow night?
I do have tapings. So yeah, depending on what time you guys go on, I may not be on. I may jump on at some point. We'll see, because they'll probably end. Depending how since there's only one day, we'll see how long they go. It's a Sunday night. But I'm guessing Central, they'll probably end 10-ish. So around 11. So we'll see. I can probably jump on for maybe part of the show.
All right. We'll see what time we go live. Hopefully it's not too late, but we'll see. All right.
No, I agree. Yeah, hopefully not too late.
but nonetheless, thanks again, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow night in the Patreon. Tuesday for the throwback, and that's going to be the first episode of Impact Wrestling.
Oh, that's
Can't
right.
wait to do that one. Yeah. So we're doing something a little different just because we're trying to keep all the, shows in order from back then.
Well, and because Trent is out for 2 weeks, those of you that watch
Right.
Time Machine Tuesday, Throwbacks in the Asylum, Trent is in Hawaii. So J-Bone and I,
Lucky.
and Bill, are you still joining us for that, the first Impact?
Tuesday.
It's
I
a
believe
45-minute show. So I tell you what, I'll run it in the Discord if Truck doesn't too beforehand, so everybody can come join in the Discord and watch it. It's a quick 45-minute watch in the Impact Zone when they first moved to Orlando. Should be interesting. I've never seen it, so.
Right. So we got that on Tuesday. You can join Simply Steve and the rest of the TNI UK crew on Wednesday. And then back to the OG crew for Thursday for Fallout from Hard to Kill, the next Impact on Access TV. Cannot wait, folks. All right, folks, let's get out of here. Much love, everyone. Take care. Good night, y'all.